Okay, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to everyone in today's Fearless Speakers public speaking session. Let's all read our mission of the program. Our mission is we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which participants are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. We read this mission every day before we start our program, just to reiterate ourselves why we are in this program. We are not here just to listen somebody's speech or just to give a feedback on a speech. That's part of the program. But the main goal of this program is to increase your self-confidence so that you can have a better public speaking experience in the future. So I'll be the chair, and we already did the introduction to our guest, whoever joined. And thank you for joining, and I hope you'll have a better experience in today's session. Today, actually, we have 4 speeches, but 2 of the speakers have not joined yet. Hopefully, they will join soon. But 2 speakers are already here, and they are ready to give their speech. Our first speaker will be Shiksha Gautam. And Srishti, you want to evaluate her, or you want me to evaluate her, or Sandesh, or anybody in the participants list, you can evaluate. Just raise your hand. Okay, I want to evaluate this speech. It's yours. Okay, there is no restriction. I mean, anybody can evaluate. But I will be the one giving the evaluation at the end. Okay, let's welcome our first speaker, Shiksha Gautam. She is working on her project number 3. Project number 3 is your body language. Your body speaks, how your body language should be while delivering the speech. She's going to deliver her project number 3. Volunteering in Noble Nepal, an amazing experience. Shiksha Gautam. Let's welcome her for project number 3.
Thank you so much, sir. Hello, everyone. Hey, how many of you have done volunteering in life? I guess most of you have volunteering experience in school, college, or even at work. And have you ever heard the saying, happiest people are not those who are getting more, but giving more? Yes, today I'm going to talk about one of my volunteering experiences. In 2018, I got an opportunity to work and volunteer in Enable Nepal, an NGO which produces and distributes 3D printed prosthetic hands free of cost for children with upper limb deficiency. And when I heard about this opportunity, I was really excited to help those little kids learn the new technology of 3D printing. An experience of working in Enable Nepal was really amazing, where I was able to help those little kids, and I was able to make difference in people's life. I met amazing people there, especially those little kids who have really inspired me in my life. And I also met a lot of other volunteers who were making difference in people's life. I also interacted with their parents, and it was really disheartening to know about how differently able children are treated in the society. The problems, the social stigmas, the challenges they are facing in their daily lives really made me sad. However, those little kids were so inspiring, positive, and motivated to do better in their life. They are my inspiration today. This volunteering experience really taught me to be positive in life, no matter how tough sometimes it seems to be. Helping others without any expectation had made me so content. I feel it has even had a beneficial effect in my health as well. It has changed my perspective about life. I have become much more positive, calm, motivated, peaceful, and ready to challenge and ready to accept any challenges in life. After realizing these changes in my thinking, behavior, I researched about the benefit of volunteering in internet and found that the act of helping others bound to cause your brain to release more dopamine, which in turn helps you to combat anxiety, stress, depressions, and makes you feel good about yourself. Acts of helping others also prepared you to accept any challenges in your life. Another benefit of volunteering is that you can pick up new skills. You can meet, you can have an opportunity to meet a lot of amazing people, like-minded people with whom you can make a better community. So dedicating a part of your time, a volunteering activity makes you confident. And after realizing this thing, I have become much more satisfied and content in my life. At last, but not the least, I would like to say helping an act of helping others makes you more happy, and dedicating your time, part of your service, money, even money for a worthy cause can prove to be very fulfilling and satisfying. Volunteering in Enable Nepal over the past few years has been an amazing time of my life. I was not only able to help those little kids, I was not only able to make difference in people's life, but also find the real cause of happiness in my life as well. Thank you. That's my time. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Srishtikri, for your wonderful speech. Before I give you my feedback, anybody in the audience want to give a feedback on her speech? I mean, if you were in her place, if you were giving the same speech, how would you give? You know, what are the areas you saw she needs to improve? Anybody who wants to raise your hand and just jump in? Any volunteer who wants to say something? Did she do well, or she needs to improve here and there? Just speak your mind. You know, what do you think about her speech? Okay, if not, then I'll give you my feedback. I mean, I have seen you growing from a nervous speaker to a confident speaker. You have already gained that status now. I mean, working on a content, you had to do that work no matter where you are. Because when you are presenting something, you had to do some research. You need to know what you are talking about. Okay, that part is there, always there. But what I have seen you as a speaker, from a nervous speaker to a confident speaker, you had completed that journey in just a matter of 1.5 months. I mean, I still remember your first speech. When you're giving first speech, your voice was shaking. I mean, you don't know what you're talking about. And now you have a better control on your speech while delivering it. You have a right pace. Your pace is perfectly fine. I mean, you are not running, or you are not clawing too. You're just walking. That's how the speech should be. Your pace is just right. The only problem I can see now is area for improvement, your hand gesture. I mean, your hand is still sitting here most of the time. So just if there is no meaningful hand movement, just let it go and relax. Just start practicing that. I mean, it's not going to happen overnight, but you have to practice. Just let it go and talk your things. Another thing is you have to do a stage movement a little bit. I know you are in front of the camera. If you move too much, you'll be outside the camera. But make sure you have a transition from one place to another place, so that audience will follow you. Okay, you are moving here. You totally know your experience about the volunteer in Nepal. But what did you learn from that experience? And why are you asking others to do the same things? Go and volunteer. This is what you're going to gain. So make a transition from one place to another place. So if you have a 3 paragraph in your speech, make a 3 movements. Because that way, audience will follow you, and not only you, they will follow your speech too. And the next one is your facial expression. You have to still work on your facial expression a little bit. So for example, you're talking about anxiety, depression. Just show some, when you are saying frustration or depression, show some facial expression. Anxiety, depression, make your voice a little bit depressing at that point. So that will help the audience to relate what you are saying and makes a meaningful connection with your audience at that point. Overall, great speech. I saw improvement week over week in your speech. Congratulations. And now let's move on to our second speaker. She's also working on her project number 3. Okay, Srishtikri, she's also our original participant from very beginning, and she has grown tremendously too. She's giving her speech on project number 3. Since I did not get her project title, I'll later explain her what is her project title. And she has a time 3 to 5 minutes. Let's welcome Srishtikri for project number 3. You are muted, Srishti. Unmute yourself first.
Thank you so much, sir. Good morning and good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Batu sir for this great platform. Hey, how has COVID-19 has affected your way of living? The pandemic, COVID-19, has serious impact on diverse factors like education, business, trade, including agriculture, without which no life exists. Especially serious impact has been seen on people's bread and butter and their way of living, isn't it? Imagine a world without food, restaurants and grocery stores. Imagine waking up every morning and going out in search of food because there is not available food everywhere. This is very hard to imagine, right? Yes, here I am going to share about the impact of COVID-19 on agriculture in Nepal. COVID-19 is an RNA virus that is evident in human and animals that is transferred from one to next. The contact with the diseased people may lead to the disease within the healthy people too. Nowadays, the COVID is not a new term for us, right? Nepal is an agricultural country. More than 70% of the people are engaged in farming, and it contributes 25% of the GDP. The COVID-19 lockdown in Nepal has affected the smallholder farmers due to the disruption of the agricultural inputs, delay in harvesting and planting, and access to the markets. You must have heard the milk seller dumping the milk in a road, and even the vegetables from Bujal were dumped in Argakhasi and Pokhara. It's all due to the fear of coronavirus. Then how will the farmer will sustain as if their products were dumped? Yes. And a survey of 2,414 households was conducted around 1 month after lockdown, which shows that 10% households lost their livelihood source and 30% of the people reduced their income. They face such types of problem. And Chittagong district, that is the breadbasket of Nepal and is the center of commercial and modern farming. Its production of eggs, chicken has made the whole country more or less self-reliant in poultry production. In addition, it produces vegetables, fruits, milk to meet the market demand of different cities like Pokhara and Kathmandu. And nowadays, before it produced about 3 million liters of milk prior to COVID-19 per day. But due to the COVID-19 lockdown and due to the unavailability of feed from the India, its production declined. And due to the market unavailability, their production had to be dumped. Lack of on-farming process and storage facilities results these sorts of problems for the commercial farmers. On the other hand, the returning migrants have started the cultivation, that is ginger and turmeric farming and vegetables farming too, which employed themselves. Here, I have discussed on different impacts of COVID-19 on agriculture in Nepal. And let's work together to combat the different impact of COVID-19 on agriculture in Nepal from our one side as we go. And I would like to say, stay home, stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, Srishti, for a wonderful speech. Okay, Shiksha, you want to give a quick feedback on her speech, if you don't mind?
Yes, sir. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Srishti for your wonderful speech. You gave a very wonderful speech in the impact of COVID-19 on agriculture. You put out all the points. Your starting was also nice, and you have organized your speech very well. I could follow all your what you were saying, what you were trying to, the message you are trying to give, and your ending was also nice. Regarding your body movement, posture, your body things that I think that you need to improve is your body movement. You were moving you are having this kind of movement a lot. I think you obviously work on this, and the position of the hand like mine, it was your hand was also like sitting in here most of the time. Yeah, otherwise I could not find any mistake in the grammars, and there were also no fillers like and all. You are very fluent, easy to understand. Yes, overall it was a wonderful speech.
Thank you, Shiksha. That was a wonderful feedback on a speech. Congratulations. Thank you. Sandesh, you want to say something?
Okay. As I found, Srishti has given a speech right now. Yeah, isn't it, Srishti?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I found confident within herself, and the way she gave a speech was outstanding. So I appreciate her speech, and let's see in upcoming days. I can't evaluate in one speech, but I found today by seeing this video, she was amazing speaker.
Okay, great. I saw, Pooja, you raised your hand earlier. So do you want to say something?
Uh, that was wonderful speech. She was so fluent in her speaking way. Uh, she did very well.
Okay, let me give my space feedback. I mean, she has.
Hear anything? So would you like to repeat?
Okay, thank you, Sandesh and Pooja, for your feedback. Let me give you my feedback. I mean, I have seen her growing as the same thing, as a nervous speaker to a confident speaker in past within just 3 projects. That is a wonderful development. I was looking for in a speaker. As she pointed out, she was right on the spot. What are the problems, right? Your hand gesture was still just moving here. You still not quite figured out what to do with your hands. Just let it go. If you don't know what to do with your hands, just let it go. You need to practice that over and over. I mean, I still myself have a little bit problem what to do with a hand once in a while. So you have to practice that. Another one is you're just moving up and down, just like you're wiggling front and back. Watch that also, because that will be a big distraction to the audience when you are giving your speech like that. Especially now we are in a lockdown situation, we may have to give a speech online. Those will become quite distracting. So pay attention to those. Go in front of the mirror, practice over and over, and try to improve gradually. And you had a very good organizational skill. I mean, speech. Your opening, your body of speech, and your closing was right on the spot. I mean, you learned that skill, how to organize your speech. You have done that very well. And even that at the end, you ask for the action. We call in the public speaking world as a call for action. You ask everyone, hey, let's work together. You are asking everyone to join in your mission or in your effort, how you can work in the agriculture sector in this COVID era too. So that was a brilliant way to closing the speech. Overall, I mean, I'm not asking you to change your vocal variety because that's your project number 4. I'll share that techniques after today's program, after today's speakers are done, but start practicing about your vocal varieties. Because that's where your audiences will see the contrast, what you are trying to say. Otherwise, it becomes like this monotonous. It's like you are hearing the same voice every time. There is no emotions. There is no variations. Because that's what it makes your speech more effective. So after today's speech, after today's project, that's your project number 4 you have to work on. We'll share more on this one. Overall, great speech. Congratulations. And now we have our 3rd speaker, and then we have our 4th speakers too. Thanks for joining, even though it was a little late. I understand things are not very well going back in Nepal. So I'm very appreciative of you joining. Who wants to go? Okay, Niharika, you are 3rd speaker now. Let's test your voice and camera to make sure we can hear you, we can see you.
Hello?
Yes.
Am I audible right now?
Yes, you are audible right now, and we can hear you loud and clear. Okay. Our 3rd speaker. Niharika is also working on project number 3. Sorry, I forgot her speech title is My Meditation Experience. Let's hear about her meditation experience, Niharika's meditation experience. Her time is 3 to 5 minutes again. Welcome, Niharik.
Namaste and very good morning to everyone. Good evening, sir. Today I'll be sharing about my meditation experience. So here I go. How many of you have tried meditation? I have tried. And let me tell you that what my meditation experience was. But before telling you about my meditation experience, let me tell you what exactly the meditation is. Meditation is the art of keeping your body calm, your mind calm, and your soul calm. But it is sometimes mislead with the focusing and concentration, which are far different from what the exactly meditation is. Meditation makes your body, soul, and mind concentrate and focus together and align together. But concentration and focusing just increase a level of consciousness in it. Meditation is the art of increasing the consciousness level in your mind and your body as well. Well, I have done meditation during this lockdown. I was really fortunate that I got a package of 6 days in which the Osho Guru, Osho Akhanda, did treat me what the meditation was and how can I practice it. Osho Akhanda is the same person who was once in the Osho Dhara, a Maoist who did not hesitate to kill so many of people who did not even worship to the God and who was able to destroy everything what comes in front of him. I was so amazed that how a person can change in such a way that one can begin from that cruel person to that dignified person. When I met him, I can't imagine that person was so soulful and so grateful that he is helping each and every one of us to lead a good life as well. I practiced meditation. I felt an enormous amount of energy within me, within my mind, within my body, and within my soul as well. A sense of calm, peace, and enjoyment was there, which I was searching for the period of many years. I guess it was extremely beyond the explanation that what meditation can do for us. However, I do not only learn how to know myself, but I also feel more responsible toward me, my society, and my nation as well. I felt enormous amount of love within me that I can give to everyone. A period of the time before doing meditation, I used to be a very destructive kind of person. I do not have to think of everyone. I was just having a chill. I was not having peace in me and not consciousness level in me as well. But after doing the meditation, I feel myself a very balance between me. Now the things do not hesitate me. Now practicing new things do not kill me in such a way. But now I can try a little bit of new things and have a great sense of accomplishment. I have learned how to love me, my society, and my country as well. Before doing the meditation, I was emotionally destructive. I used to have fear, anxiety issues. I used to have, I don't know what kind of emotion like I do carried within me. A fear, a jealousy level was so high. I do not hesitate to say that I was a really zealous person. I was also a very angry person. I used to destroy everything, but in a very calm and peaceful way. But how can that be possible? You might be thinking. It was not dangerous for all, but it was destroying it within me. So that's what I was trying to tell you. But after doing the meditation, I found myself very calm, very posed within me. Like I do not have to find happiness in the materialistic things. I can find happiness within me, looking at myself, looking at my work, looking at my family, and looking at my nation as well. So doing the breathing exercise can lead you to be a very calmful and peaceful person within you. Your emotion matters. That's why you have to do the meditation. Not in only meditation, we do not only learn what the breathing exercise is, but I have learned what the life can throw you. There was a person who was 80 years old who had lost his first wife, who has got second married, who has children from the first wife, who had children from the second wife, but he was in enormous love with the first wife that he can't accept to the second wife. The life was sending him that kind of emotion that he can't hold, and that's why he was having that relation not good. I have also heard from the person who was just 24 years old, and he was responsible for all the kind of destruction that the business he had. So the guru taught us that we do have to accept the truth. Acceptance is what the meditation teaches us. So I was really happy that I got fortunate opportunity to take a meditation course. I'm really thankful for everyone that are around me that leads that has helped us to lead to a better life as well. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Niharika. I know you went over time, but it's great you can speak that long.
Actually, sir, I did not get that timer, and I was not
Okay, you
able.
did not see my time card. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not saying that you should, but you went 6 minutes. Giving a
Oh.
speech for 6 minutes is not a joke, for the beginners. So you did very well. I mean, anybody wants to evaluate her before I evaluate her? Anybody who wants to give a try? Whoever in the audience? Okay, if not, then I'll give you evaluation. I know you gave a very good speech. You're looking confident. Although I found in a couple of places you're feeling a little bit nervous, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
your hand, you're like holding your hand like this, a little bit tighter, because that's a sign of nervousness. Okay, so I noticed that, and you're looking your eyes like this, and you're still trying to build your thought. So I noticed though. I mean, that's a common. That's part of your learn. And overall, it was a great speech. I mean, you shared your experience. You told who you were before and how meditation changed you. What do you do in meditation now? What kind of person you are? You very much well organized your speech from opening. Like you asked, hey, how many of you have done meditation? How many of you know about meditation? That's a great way to grab attention of your audience. So that was very well organized speech. And kudos for giving 6 minute speech. I mean, that may be the longest speech in this whole program in past 1.5 months. So that's very good of you. And now you can feel confident. Hey, I can speak for 6 minutes. No problem. See, that's part of the confidence building in the process. Overall, great speech. You have improved from speech 1 to speech 3 now. You can call yourself, hey, I am a confident speaker now. Hey, I'm a fearless speaker now. You can call yourself that now. Congratulations. Thank you. And now we have our final speaker of the day. Himalaya Suvedi, are you ready?
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Hope everything is well. I know you were a little late, but glad you joined.
Thank you. Okay. It is okay, sir. It is audible.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay.
Okay. It looks good. Now your camera position is very good. And if you want, you can move a little bit to your left, so that it will be in the center. There you go. Okay.
Thank you. Good.
Himalaya Suvedi is our fourth speaker of the day, and he's going to talk about in COVID era, how digital life has changed, how digital has played a role in our life, especially in COVID era. Let's welcome Himalaya Svedi giving his speech on project number 3.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And good morning, everybody. This is Himalaya. Now I'm going to talk about the popularity of our digital work due to the lockdown. Yeah. Hi, friend, can you tell me about how working modality has been changing in your locality due to the lockdown? Definitely, you may have some experience, as I told. As we are sitting in our home and guided us from the US to learn the virtually, now almost all office work has been doing virtually from home, and our daily work, our daily routine has been changed due to the lockdown. Thus, lockdowns means physical restriction of movement. It is generally issued by governments, and to overcome the certain issue like local issue or global or national issues. Now, our government has announced the lockdown against to minimize the COVID infection. Now, I have to share some example how our community are using the digital platform to cope with this lockdown. Especially, I have 3 examples that I want to share with you. First, Mr. Aaron is a 7-year-old boy, and he's now using the online platform like Zoom to study. And he himself can able to operate such communication tools for their study and searching knowledge product from internet without our assistance, without his parents' assistance. Second case is, despite of being illiterate, many of our parents, rural parents or urban parents, are doing their financial transaction within a minute in the remote area by using the mobile or internet banking. The third case is that in the urban area, especially, the housewives are ordering the pizza and burger from the restaurant, and they do pay through the online by using eSeva and eSeva Khati wallet or IME Pay. That means that means overall digital work has been getting popularity in our context, irrespective to age, irrespective to age level of education, and irrespective to nature of work, what people are doing. Definitely, I think this day, many of the people in Nepal and global context using the online platform to pay the bills of electricity, bill of network, bill of internet, similarly to buy the air ticket, bus ticket through using the online platform. That means there are very few representative examples how people are changing and how people are accepting the digital platform to cope with the COVID-19 and to mitigate the impact of lockdown. Yeah, definitely. Before lockdown, all work was done through the physically, and which required very much energy, resource, and time. One interesting thing is that I found in the Google, the Zoom app user was increased from the 60 millions in early 19 to 485 millions at the mid of the 2020. That means it is increased 3,000 times before as compared to before lockdown. Similar cases happened in the Microsoft Teams and other communication tools. In case of Nepal, almost all education institutes has been closed due to the lockdown, and these institutes has practiced the learning through the communication tools like Zoom and other applications, and people are using such platform day by day. That's increasing day by day. So similar example is that the online payments has been increased by 30 to 40%. That's well written in the national magazine. Another important thing is that according to Nepal Rashtra Bank reports, so that nearly 300% internet banking has been increased before and after lockdown, especially in early 2018. The internet bank users are about 0.78 millions in Nepal, but in early 2020, it reached into 1.9 million. That means almost 300 times internet bank user has increased. That means these all are possible due to the availability of smartphone, as easy access of internet, and lockdown due to the lockdown caused by the COVID-19. In my conclusion is that despite of being many problems caused by the lockdown, it facilitates to reach tipping point of digital contactless payments and connecting the peoples virtually from the distance. Now, I have one question to you. Do you think digitization will continue once lockdown is closed? Thank you.
Thank you, Himalay. You also made almost 6 minutes of the speech. That is wonderful. Now you can talk for 6 minutes non-stop. That's wonderful. I mean, don't worry about going over time. Those things you can work later on. But it was wonderful that you can also go beyond your given time. Okay, let me give a feedback on Himalay's speech, since we have I have another presentation for project number 4. You guys need to pay attention with. So I'm going to talk about your organization of speech was well done. I mean, your topic was right on the topic. Everybody can relate to it because of the situation we are in. Another thing is you started, hey, how digital life had changed in COVID era. So you started with that kind of statement, and you started giving how things have changed. I mean, from going like Zoom, going from 3,000 percentage from 2019 to 2020. And you said how electronic payment has increased so much. So you have shown your data to prove your topic. That is very wonderfully organized speech. And you started, and you concluded your speech asking, hey, what do you think it will happen next? Everybody will start thinking, hey, what will happen next? It'll immediately call for action or call for thinking for people, to your audience. That's a wonderful way to conclude a speech, so that people will leave your room with something to take with them. That's very wonderful. And your pace was, I want to have a little bit pause, because you're going in the same speed. So when you are transitioning from like a Zoom number to your electronic payment, have a little bit of pause there, so that people have a time to digest what you're trying to say. That's one aspect. And the other one is still the hand. You still have to work on your hand. I mean, all the speakers will have to work on their hand, because still sitting here. I mean, you had a meaningful gesture here and there. I mean, those are meaningful gestures. But when you are not making any gestures, just let it go. Just try to practice that. It's not going to happen overnight, but practice that. Another one is no stage movement. You have to make a stage movement a little bit, so that people can follow you. I mean, you're so focused on your speech that you forgot, I need to do the stage movement too. So those kind of things needs to come with a practice. So try to practice in front of the mirror, saying, I need to do the stage movement. Okay, I'll make this point staying here. I'll make this point staying here, so that you can make a meaningful transition. Overall, I have seen a tremendous growth in your speech from speech 1 to speech 3. And now you should feel proud of yourself, how much you have improved. I mean, I don't have to tell you. I mean, you can feel yourself how much you have improved from speech 1 to speech 3. And you look so confident when you are standing in front of the camera. That itself is a great improvement. I mean, all 4 speakers, you are standing in front of the camera with great confidence. That's the first thing you need when you are giving a public speaking. Because, I mean, when you are going in front of the camera and your face is kind of already sluggish and your body is already feeling weak, and think about what kind of speech you will be giving at that point. So your starting was very nice. I mean, you guys have learned that skill in past 3 to 4 weeks. That's great achievement, and you should congratulate yourself on that one. Overall, Himalaya, great speech. I'm so proud of you, all 4 of you, completing this project number 3 so successfully. I know Richa is not here. She did very well last week. And I congratulate all of you on this great achievement in just 1.5 months. Congratulations. Okay, I see someone join. Jeevan, would you please introduce yourself? Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself for a minute.
Hello everybody. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello everybody. Myself Jian Pant. I am currently living in Kathmandu, and I am from Kanchanpur district, and I have just completed my +2. This was all. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, this concludes our today's session. And after this, we are going to talk about our project number 4. Are you ready? Okay, project number 4 is our final project of the session. And this is about vocal variety. If you see the growth on your public speaking journey, you started with your icebreaker, then you started learning how to organize speech, what to put in the opening, what to put in the body, what to put in the conclusion. You learn about those skills. And today we learn about what should be our body language, what should be our facial expression, whether we should laugh, whether we should be sad, emotional, angry, and now what should be our hand gestures to show our speech content. So you learn about those skills. I mean, this is not going to be a perfect answer, and this is the 100% you achieve. There's no such thing. You have to keep on practicing over and over to make it better. And our final project will be our vocal variety. Because if you have the same level of voice, it's like, in a blood pressure, when your heart rate monitor, if it is all straight, that's not a good sign, right? It has to be going in a wave. Same thing in public speaking too. You should have your voice up and down based on what you are trying to tell to your audience. That adds value to your speech. And that's the skill we are going to learn today. And you are going to work on that project for next week. Okay, let me share you the document. Hey, just a second. Okay, our project number 4 is vocal variety. And what we're going to learn in vocal variety, we're going to just learn the tips and techniques and what are the things you have to do to make your speech better. And you can practice that as we go on. The key points. Your voice is the first link between you and audience. You are saying something, your audience listens something. That's your link between. I mean, you can give a speech in a sign language, or you can give a speech just a presentation, but that does not give a link, right? Your voice is the link. And what kind of voice do you have? Do you have a rich voice? Is it exciting voice? Or you have a easy to listen, like a pleasant voice? What kind of voice you have? Just, are you happy with your own voice? Whenever you are listening someone, you can figure out, you can tell immediately, okay, this voice is so nice, so pleasant to hear, so pleasant to listen. That's one. The other one is your voice quality. We're going to talk about each point in our subsequent slides. I mean, role of your posture, your body posture, your breathing, because you have to keep breathing while giving a speech. So that makes a difference how you are delivering your speech. And the characteristics of a good voice, silence can be a golden. What does that mean? We'll explain to you in the next slide, coming slides. Be expressive, and the value of practice or rehearse. That's what we're going to talk about. I want you to all pay close attention to these points and what I'm going to tell next 5 to 7 minutes. And it's a key for your next project. Okay, your voice quality, pleasant, sense of friendliness. I mean, are you rude to your audience while you're talking, or you are talking in a friendly terms? That's your pleasant voice. Natural. How natural you are. Are you imitating somebody's voice? You're trying to be somebody else, or you're trying to be yourself? How honest you are when you are expressing your voice. That's your natural. Like a true personality and sincerity. Forceful, like a vitality and strength. How important. And when you are saying something, for example, in our previous example speech, for example, like volunteering, why volunteering is so important? You can give more strength to your speech. Why meditation is so helpful for yourself in a difficult time. How meditation changed my life. What is digital world doing for us in this COVID era? And what can you do in your agriculture sector in this COVID era? And how can it? So you can emphasize your points while giving speech. How forceful you are trying to deliver your speech. Expressive, never sounding monotonous and emotionless. You don't want to have your speech boring, in other sense. It needs to have some emotions. People can connect to it while you're delivering the speech. And easily heard. So proper volume and clear articulation of your speech. That's your voice. These are the voice qualities. Okay, I saw someone raise hand. Himalaya, do you have something to say?
Yes, sir. While giving these vocal varieties, can you give the examples of our participants?
Okay, we'll have that at the end.
So we can realize that.
Yeah, let me finish the presentation. Then we can answer your Q&A. We'll do that Q&A after the presentation. Just first, let's go through the presentation, okay? And I'll give you a chance to ask your questions. And I have some examples listed in the presentation, so you'll have an idea. And the other part is posture and breathing. A good quality voice begins with a good breathing. You know, and then there is no way you can have a fast breathing and talking at the same time. You cannot have those things. So you have to make a proper balance of your speech, delivery, and your breathing routine. When you are giving speech, now you are pausing a little, right? Why we need a pause in between is because that time you get opportunity to breathe in. You need air, you need to send air inside you to gain some energy, right? That's why breathing deeply will provide better voice quality. And you don't want to breathe just fast breathing. You want to have breathing from deep from your abdomen and have a long breath. That's deep breathing will help your voice quality. And inhale during logical pauses. This I just mentioned to you. You need to have a pause in between, transition from one place to another place. That's when you can breathe and gain your confidence at the same time. Air must flow freely through your lungs and vocal cords. Sometimes when you are looking up like this or down like this, your vocal cord is not clear enough to breathe in properly. So some people, have you noticed some people choking while giving speech? That's one of the examples. And stand straight, knees your slightly flexed, head straight, and shoulders a little bit back, so that you feel more confident at the time and you can breathe comfortably as well. That's the importance of posture and breathing. Okay, this is not the one. This is from the last one. Okay. Characteristics of a good voice. If you remember in the beginning of the class, beginning of the session, we said your vocal variety, you should have a volume, pitch, rate, and quality. Like volume, it should not, if it's loud versus softness. In your speech, you should have a loud voice if you want to emphasize more, and you have to have a soft voice. You want to show some emotions, some compassion, some empathy. If you want to show, you need to have a soft voice. So you have to manage those loud voice and soft voice throughout your speech so that you can show the contrast between what you're saying. Same pitch, high and low. Like is low pitch. I mean, you have heard the songs, right? High pitch, low pitch. So depending on what you are trying to say in your speech, your story, your research, your topic, you have to have a high and low pitch. You have to maintain that balance too. And rate, this is where it comes fast versus slow. How fast you want to walk, how fast you want to run in your speech, how much you want to cover in a 5 to 7 minute speech, that depends your speed. That determines your speed of this. If you are trying to cover too much content and try to squeeze in 5 to 7 minutes, then you have to run faster, right? Then your number of words per minute will be higher. Versus your content is just right for 5 to 7 minutes. You're trying to talk bullet points, key important points, then your speed might be just slow. So fast versus slow. How fast you want to move, that determines the quality of your speech. And the quality itself. Are you friendly to your audience? Are you sincere while you're delivering the speech? Are you an enjoyable person? And whenever you're talking, is your voice pleasant to the ears of your audience? Remember 3 P's: pace, pitch, and the other one is what I call like a pitch, pace, and I forgot the last one. It's called volume. It's for the volume. Volume, pitch, rate, and quality. Those 4 things you have to follow. Silence can be a gold. Why I said that, or why the public speaking experts said, I mean, I'm not just invented myself. It's I learned these skills. So I'm just trying to transfer you guys here. Well-timed silence pauses add impact to words and are very powerful speaking techniques. When you're pausing, so the audience will know, okay, this is what you told earlier. Now you're going to the second stage, and second could be more important. Emphasize your main points. Breathe. It gives you opportunity to breathe. Take more air when you need it. And punctuate. Pause often serves as punctuate because you are completing the sentence, full stop, and you are starting the next sentence. That when you're transitioning from one sentence to another sentence, you have to have a pause so that people will know what you are telling and what you are ending, what you just ended and what you are going to start. So you have to have that pause in punctuation and attract attention. Well, I mean, you are giving a speech loud and clear. You are telling, all of a sudden you went silent because your audience were not paying attention, or you're talking there, distracting. All of a sudden you went silence. Then audience did not hear anything from you. Then, oh, what happened? Then they will write back to you and pay attention back to you. That's why silence can be a good. Here, the examples you are looking for. Be expressive. Your voice should be expressed, showing wide range of emotions. Sad, angry, forceful, strength, like excitement. You have to have all those things in your speech. And those body language you see, like you want to do excitement, that's for excitement. I mean, you're angry, I mean, your facial expression shows you are angry and just emotional. You know, those things you have to play with and see yourself in front of the mirror and see, okay, whether that makes sense or not. I have some examples here. If I say, I appreciate all your feedback to improve my public speaking skills. You are just giving in a soft voice, expressing your gratitude to your mentor or whoever gave you evaluation. So that's just a simple, honest statement. Or it can be a sarcasm. I mean, you do not like it, and you still said, yeah, I like your feedback. Thank you. That's kind of sarcasm, right? That's the one way. Otherwise, how dare you talk like that? Don't you have a respect to me? And your voice projection will tell how angry you are, how upset you are, and how unfriendliness you can be in a given situation. That's your another way to show the contrast. Like, for example, how dare you are versus how dare you are. You know, it makes a difference in that. And third one is, if each of us follow the guidelines properly, we can beat this evil virus. You're trying to show empathy, your emotions, your deep feeling to your audience, and asking for their cooperation, asking for their action to help. So this can be deep feeling, earnestness, and conviction. So these are some of the examples what you can do or what you can express in your speech. And the value of rehearsal. I mean, there is nothing can replace this. You had to go practice, practice, and practice in front of the mirror, in front of your friends. I mean, if there is nothing there, you can just go and practice in front of the wall and just talk on your own. That's how you can practice and see the difference whether you are improving or not. This is the end of the presentation for the vocal variety project. Now your assignment. Prepare a speech. It can be same speech you delivered today. You don't have to write a new speech. Just go and practice the same speech you delivered today and add some vocal varieties. You can see the video of this speech in Dare 2. Look at the speech, see carefully, and go and add the vocal variety wherever you see the opportunity. For an example, in Himalayas case, like the June number went from 50 million to 200 million, 300%, 3,000%, 3,000% increase. Can you believe? It's all because of COVID. You can make that contrast in your voice. Do you know how meditation helped me to improve my life? How meditation changed my life? Before that, I was full of anxiety. I was almost went to depression. My behavior was completely unacceptable. But with meditation, I was able to change those. You can add those contrasts in your speech and practice coaching. I hope you found this presentation useful, and I'll be sending this to, so 4 of you, 5 of you, I know Ruchi is not here, I'll send it to her too. So I want you to go and practice this for your next project. With that said, I'm going to stop the recording for the day. We completed 4 speeches and 1 lesson for the next project. Thank you, everyone, whoever joined. Wonderful. I hope you got an opportunity to learn something new today, and you determine yourself. Just make a resolution to yourself. Yes, I want to improve my public speaking in the future. Thank you, everyone. You all have a good day, wonderful day. Thank you.